signals for the Baltimore Colts. Unitas gives to Amici. The Colts are the world champions. Amici scores.
The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football. California won the big game.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
This is Phil Steele.
This is Mike Burnham.
This is Wes Durham.
This is Mike Ashley.
Hi, this is Chuck Foreman, number 44 of the Minnesota Vikings.
Woo, mercy, this is handsome Jimmy Vane, the Boogie Woogie Man.
This is Coach Fry with Virginia Tech Football, and you are listening to Big Dog Sports Talk.
Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to roll? Okay, let's do it.
You're in the doghouse with Rick Watson on Big Dog Sports Talk, presented by Pulaski County Sports and Entertainment. Join us in the Family Fencing Studios and chime in on the McClellan Chiropractic chat line. He's keeping cool with help from Little River Heating and Air, but this show is straight fire. And now, the big dog, Rick Watson.
Rick Watson's got the mic, he's the big dog king. Cover sports so sharp, it's a new river thing. Virginia Tech fire, rapid pride too. Every stat, every play, he's bringing it to you. He's got that voice, deep as a valley, breaking it down, no dilly, no dally. Big dog sports talk, feel the bark, feel the bite. Rick's in the zone, every day, every night, from the Hokies to the Highlanders. He's got a spark, Big Dog Sports Talk.
Hey, how are you? Good morning. I knew I'd find the right screen look. There you go. It is the Black Friday edition of the program. How's everybody doing?
He's got the scoop.
Couple of really old football helmets there, huh? UVA on the left, Virginia Tech on the right. They will battle tomorrow. UVA's got to win to begin the ACC championship game, and Tech's trying to finish up a disappointing season with a huge win. Get us up in the McClellan Chiropractic chat room or on the professional door text line. Hope everybody is recovering from the accepted gluttony across this great land of ours from yesterday. I mean, it is awesome. Absolutely awesome. But I hope everybody's doing okay, wherever you might be. I know a lot of people are still traveling. A whole lot of people are still traveling. So join us if you can. We have a good program lined up for you. Phil Elmassisan's going to join us here coming up at 7. Yeah, get the coach a little early. We'll tune us in, and we'll get his take on everything Thanksgiving. And it was great yesterday seeing all of the tributes to John Madden. Yeah, I think Food Coma Friday is exactly what it is. Yeah, that's exactly right, Paul. Whew. It's trouble, man. We're struggling. But we're here. Struggling in a good way. Nobody's going to complain. It was great. Good food yesterday. Good morning, Paul and Morris from the 1895 Commonwealth Clash of Virginia and VPI. The current day UVA and Virginia Tech rivalry we will watch from Palm Coast. The Hokies ruin Cavaliers' ACC championship arrival. We are live and online. You know, speaking of that, wouldn't that be kind of a cool, and I don't know the Virginia Tech helmet lineage very well, but I wonder if they ever had like a helmet that had VPI on it. That'd be cool to like run that out there in year one of the James Franklin era. But hit me up. What did everybody have? I will tell you that the winner of our BDST Ryan Pry Attorney fan question of the week and I looked through them yesterday as I was kind of recovering from my first dinner. We had people like turkey. That was your favorite Thanksgiving meat. Some type of potato. It was mashed potatoes. What else? People did not like the canned cranberry sauce. They wanted the cranberries. My beloved pumpkin pie got destroyed. As a matter of fact, it was pecan pie that won out over sweet potato pie. Pumpkin pie was third. So I lost that. Green bean casserole had a lot of votes. That won. Gravy over everything won. Rolls. So, one thing I was surprised it didn't make it into the most mentions was macaroni. Macaroni got mentioned a lot, but it wasn't in the final category. So thank you for that. Turkey over ham. Yes, ham got a few votes, but it was mostly turkey. Mostly turkey. But that was fun. It was great reading all that. And then people would throw in some of their favorite things. There was cobblers. There was all sorts of, weird different things. So good morning, Opal. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We had 3 NFL games yesterday. More controversy with the officiating. Packers game. The NFL doesn't care because they don't have to. They get away with it. But if they ever look at the conversation that goes on online about their games being so blatantly predetermined because of officiating and so forth, sucks, man. It really sucks. But hey, we had games yesterday. Good morning, TP. How are you? Good to see you. All right, Morris, thank you. Morris is checking. I think a nice, cool, like a throwback VPI helmet would be cool. See, these are cool. If you didn't see it, I had this up. I love the tech helmet on the right. I love that helmet. I think that's really cool. And I like the UVA helmet on the left, too. And I had never seen that one, that Virginia helmet right there. But I really like that helmet. That's cool. And I wish they would wear those tomorrow. I wish the universities would actually do something cool when they wear alternate uniforms instead of throwing out a bunch of Nike crap and go recreate whatever uniform matched those two helmets. That would be a lot of fun right there. That's all we need right there. That's cool. Phil Elmassisan, Mike Ashley with the open mic, and Jen the Gamecock Girl with our picks. That's today's Black Friday program. The Packers got a big win. Lots of really bad calls in that game. Cowboys beat the Chiefs. And then how about the Ravens falling at home last night? Whew. Horrible. Okay, no VPI football helmet. VPI is the former name of the company. I know. But I think it'd be kind of cool to have throw back a nice tradition there. That's all. Thanks, Morris. Cool. We got a history thing here. This is why I love our peeps. They sent me a tech history. Thank you so much. Let's check this out in the professional door text line. Oh, God, those are terrible. Let's go way back. All the helmets Nike took over. I got it, Paulie. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, Paul. That's cool, man. I'm looking at them right now. Paul sent me, I like the ones just with the number. That's kind of cool, too. Wow, 65, they had the number. Oh, I love that 66 to 68, man. The big V. Oh, that's sharp. That's sharp. Yeah, the big V and the orange T with the white V underneath it. That's, yeah. It's good stuff, man. And there it is. 71 to 73 is that helmet right there, the one I showed you. Oh, there's the white version, 74 to 77. And they changed the V. The V is the maroon with the orange T on top. That's cool. And then they went maroon 78. Okay. Thank you. That's good to know. Thanks, Paul. Tech's had some really cool helmets, man. Kind of subtly. They've kind of, up until they started doing all the Nike influence stuff, but they've done a nice job over the long history. Runs with scissors. Go blue. Which blue runs with scissors? There's a lot of blues. Michigan? I guess that's the Michigan call. It's rivalry weekend, right? A lot going on tomorrow, man. And Virginia Tech travels to Charlottesville for the final game of the pre-James Franklin era. It looks like all four of the recruits, you remember on Wednesday here on the program, we had Damian Sordelette, and we talked about the just carelessness of Bruce Arians talking about recruits. And we said then it's likely true because Damian Sordelette said that the four guys that he mentioned were taking pictures of the four guys who popped throughout the weekend. So Tech now has those four commitments from Penn State, running back, 2 linemen, and a tight end. And that all happened. I think 3 of them happened yesterday during Thanksgiving or were announced yesterday. It was just funny. We knew that was coming because Damian said, yeah, you could look down on the field and see those guys who were getting their pictures taken. So he was like, yeah. But that's good. That's a good start. You need some interior linemen. They're hard to find in the portal. Tackles are really hard to find in the portal. They are a premium price, just like in the NFL and free agency. Tackles are very difficult. Guards, you got to find guys. So they have 2 guys coming over. And now they have to be developed. Now they have to be developed when they get here. And that's always the other part of it. And that's what Franklin has says he wants to do, is develop. So yeah, that seems to be progressing the way that you want. And then I'm guessing after tomorrow, out of respect for the current staff, that's why you haven't heard any staff announcements and all that, they will start to announce official staff members and things like that. Because you still have a game to play. You still have a season to finish up tomorrow. And I think Tech's going to play well. I mean, there's nothing about the history of this series since 2000 that makes you think Tech's not going to show up and play UVA well. Hasn't mattered what kind of team Tech has had. This has a similar feel to the year that J.C. Price took the team in there and beat Brennan Armstrong in Charlottesville. The light up the cigar game. Now I think Chandler Morris has had a bigger impact than Brennan Armstrong. He ended up going to NC State and kind of washing out. But it just feels like this is going to be a game Tech can definitely win. I really believe that. I think they're going to run the football. Not intimidated. Virginia's been squeaking by. And there's going to be a lot of Tech fans there. A whole lot of Tech fans there. It's tomorrow night, 7:30. A lot of big games tomorrow, man. And we were looking over the slate when I was sending Jen and the picks. It is loaded for bear tomorrow, man. Tonight is when it gets started. You're going to have a lot of fun today and tonight. The Ole Miss Mississippi State game is going to, I think, be the trigger for the Lane Kiffin destination. We should find out after this game, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, right? Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is already having to face the fact that it's not going to be in the playoff. Texas A&M and Texas. It's a loaded Friday slate. It really is. Ohio State, Michigan tomorrow. Miami, Pitt, massive game in the ACC. Vandy and Tennessee. Alabama and Auburn. This whole Kalen DeBoer scuttlebutt to Penn State feels like it's real. Strange. Just a lot of strange stuff. We do know that Missouri's keeping its coach. Drinkovich didn't have any offers, so he's staying or anything that he liked. Bizarre with Alex Golesh, right? It was interesting that there were quite a few people, I think it was Wednesday, were announcing He'd accepted the job at Arkansas. I didn't see anybody that I trusted posting it, so I waited. And I'm glad I did because Golish did not take that job. He apparently got lowballed. They've been going back and forth, so he's still the coach at USF. So Arkansas having trouble closing the deal. Okie Rock says it's Strome's last football game. Will he come out flat? No, I think he's going to come out on fire. I think he's going to play well tomorrow. Don't ask me why I feel that way. I just have that vibe. He's going to play well tomorrow. Yeah, another loss, women's basketball. Well, I'll tell you what a lot of it is, and people may not want to hear it. But, okay, let's specifically look at the women. They opened up with 5 games at home, all against mid-majors. All teams they know they have more talent in. And I know you want to get off to a good start if you're Megan Duffy, but it does nothing for you. You win all those games by high double digits. Then they go and take on a good team on the road, first true road game. They lose to JMU. Now you're in a neutral site against, like teams. And, BYU was a winnable game, but they're not ready to make the plays to win it. Tech has done that far too long in all of its sports. Just look at the football schedule in 2026. And it catches up to you. You need to be challenged. And the men has done that. The men have done that too, but at least they had the game against Providence. And the men are lucky they won a game on Wednesday. The men had to withstand a late 3 by Colorado State. They almost lost that game. Then they got manhandled yesterday by a good St. Mary's team. They play VCU today, which should be a good game. It's this morning, I think. I think it's at 10:30 this morning. So, yeah, the women's team I'd be a little concerned about. I know you want wins and you want your record to look a certain way, but those games don't do anything for you. Like Radford tomorrow, we're playing something called Notre Dame / Maryland. They're a Division III team. Highlanders have lost 6 in a row. We're playing that game. It does nothing for you. And they got 3 of those games. Yeah, the men are going to be fine long term. They are. And at least, like I said, they were able to win that game on the road up in Uncasville against Providence. So at least they were tested ahead of time. So I'm with you, Pokey Rocks. Yeah, they don't have any post players yet. Be interested to see how the women do. Duke is down this year in the league, but other teams are moving up in the league. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's all well and good to win games at home that you're supposed to win and you're favored by double digits. Yay. And then you go out and you play competition. Guess what? You're not ready. And I think a lot of that, especially on the women's side, that's what it looks like. But I agree with Rocks. I think the men are in a little different category because at least they did have that one game. But, hey, December's big. You finish up the fine-tuning, and you get ready to go for conference play in January. Feels like the college hoop season is really moving a lot. Here on this Black Friday, we're very thankful for Family Fencing, sponsor of our studio here in Reiner, 540-200-8294. Give Jason Green a call. They are going to work through the winter. Best time to do it, actually, is in the winter. Get your fences measured and designed and put up so that when you get the spring fever itch, you want to go out and work in your yard, it's there and ready to go. McClellan Chiropractic, Mark Hunley, right off of Peppers Ferry Road. I believe he's open for business today, ready to get your body back in shape after you indulged in your Thanksgiving feasts. Go see Mark, because we're going to. We're going to go over there with the camera. Professional Door Incorporated, thank you so much, Travis Williams. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. 540-391-0788. 38 years in business. Garage doors better than anyone on the planet. Anyone on the planet. Ready, Set, Fun. ReadySetFun.com. Thanks to Bob Chris for his support on the program and for supporting, well, high school teams. You know, the budgets aren't always there. It's not just a college problem. Floyd County girls needed money. They raised $4,000 in less than a week using the text messages and the program designed by the Ready, Set, Fun. It's awesome. Awesome. Thanks to Larry Ramsey, National Bank, member FDIC. Thanks to Brandon at Top Shelf for our T-shirts. Don't forget, if you want a T-shirt, $20. If I can drop them off to you here locally, $30 if you're out of town and want them shipped. Got a couple of purchases I got to take care of this weekend, as a matter of fact, locally. The attorney Ryan Pry down in Radford, sponsored our BDST fan question of the week, 701 West Main Street, Trust and Estate Planning. Thank you, sir. I tell you what, Charles Lee is going to be busy now. It's heat time. It's 22 degrees this morning here in Reiner. Little River Heating and Air. They do it better than anybody. 540-553-2971. And each and every day we're presented by Pulaski County Sports and Entertainment. Thanks to Jonathan Sweet, Tim Miller, awesome people. And in December, we start having those folks on all of the time. All of the time. Hey, good morning, Anthony. Probably Duke. Louisville and Duke, probably right there together right now. I watched a little bit of the Duke game last night. They're good. They're good. Louisville's really good. They're really good, too. Louisville's really good. Thanks to James Lawson, Lawson's mobile home supply since 1997. 300 North Franklin Street in Christiansburg. Give James a call, 540-381-8011. The NRV Super Bowl have served the community for 25 years. 382-5525. Reserve your lanes now. They're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff in December we're going to be telling you about, too. Go get your next vehicle at Harvey's GM in Radford. They're always looking to help you out. And thanks to the Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce. Yes. But probably Duke or Louisville. Carolina got smacked down. I'm not surprised. I knew they would have a little different when they started playing better teams, especially since they're not healthy. They lost the key cog to that team. So when they go up against really good teams, as they did last night, Michigan State, Tom Izzo, woo. Tough. But, yeah, I think that'd probably be my pick in the ACC right now anyway. But, there's so many games, it goes so quickly. And you just don't know how it's all going to turn out. It's crazy. It's really crazy. The seasons can change on a dime. And you go into slumps, you go into strong play, and that's why college basketball season, you don't panic and you don't get too, hey, we're great. We're great. Good morning, Christopher. How are you? Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. It's different. Everybody knows if you've lost your parents, it's not the same. Thanksgiving will never be the same. It's not. This is my third one now without my mom. Lost her in June of 2023, but you missed that Thanksgiving last year and this year. It was good. I got to hang out with my kids and my fiance's family. That's where we ate dinner. And it's fine. It's great, but it's just not the same. And everybody who's gone through it knows it's not the same thing. So I always sit down and as I wrote about in the Patriot, if you check out my latest column, Thanksgiving in football, I always watched the Cowboys game for her because we would always finish dinner earlier during the Lions game. And then because she was a lifelong Cowboys fan, the real deal. And we wanted her to be able to chill and watch the game. So we'd go and get everything done, clean up the dishes, put the food away that was left over. And I'd always go in there and just watch the Cowboys game with her. So I do that now to remember her. But I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Don't feel bad about how much you ate. Don't have any remorse. It's the day. Gluttony is okay. I mean, I had my plate early-ish, a little after 1, because there's other places, other dinners that kids have to get to and things. And then I got to be honest, I had my evening plate too. Not as much. I didn't put as much on there. But I did have my evening plate too. Yeah, Tebow, St. Mary's is really good. They're good. They've got it rolling. That's a program that's really kind of – we don't hear about them much here, but they're going to be in the NCAA tournament again. And today we'll say a lot about Tech bouncing back, right? So third game, 3 days. VCU, a team that they match up well against. And that's why you play these games. It gets your tournament ready, man. It tests your conditioning. Tournaments like that are great. Yeah, Romo getting ripped again. He's terrible. I'm sorry. He's the worst commentator on television. Yes, you did, Chris. Big win for the Cowboys. I got to be honest. I always do a little fist pump when they win. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but made me feel good, especially they beat the Chiefs, who I can't stand, obviously, as a Broncos lifer. Yeah, Romo's terrible. Somebody put – I got to – it's not just his bias for Mahomes, but let me show you this. And I saved this because this is the kind of thing as a broadcaster when I'm calling games I hate to hear. All right, he said this. I don't know, Jim, about Kansas City going for it on 4th and goal. I don't know. Kansas City scored a touchdown. That's when Mahomes, it was a good pass, and he hit Kelsey in the back of the end zone. And then he comes back, and his next line after saying, I don't know about it, goes, I can tell you exactly why they went for it. Their season was on the line. Great call. Somebody said his commentary is the equivalent of your car running out of gas and then the low fuel light goes off. So which is it, Tony? You said you don't know about them going for it there. It was early in the game, and now you're saying, I'll tell you exactly why they did it. The game was on the line. What a great call. Which is it there, Tony? Whew. By the way, when Coach Elmassisan comes on today, he was at both places. He was at Tech. He was at UVA. So we're going to get his thought on the game tomorrow. Yeah, it's true. Jim actually said, Nance actually said, Paul. I think Nance is just like, ugh. It started out great. It's not going so well now. Nance literally said, well, I don't know. You got Travis Kelce. Look for he's always come through, whatever he said. And sure enough, it was like Nance was the analyst as well as the play-by-play guy. He hits Kelce in the back of the end zone. Meanwhile, Romo went from one extreme to the other. And as an analyst, that's not your job. You're supposed to be the guy who's definitive, right? So bad. It's so bad. So bad. But it never upsets me. I know we have a lot of anti-Cowboy people, being Washington fans or Eagles fans, but it does my heart good to see the Chiefs at 6-6. And, as much as he just gushes about Mahomes, they're 6-6, Tony. What exactly is Mahomes doing for this team this year? Remember, as the great Bill Parcells said, you are what your record says you are. Not what you project, not what you hope, not what you wish. You are what your record says you are. Morning, Rodney. All right, so we got George Wythe in Grayson County, and that is today. All right, good. Little Black Friday State High School action. I have affinity for both places. A lot of people watch this program from Wytheville. My parents last resided in Wythe County. And then I know a lot of the Blue Devil Nation. That's going to be a good game. I'm guessing that's where you will be, my friend, today on a chilly, chilly Friday. It'll be chilly tomorrow night, too. Forecast, let's see here. For tomorrow evening, it's not good. It's not good. It's supposed to be down like toward 20 degrees on Friday or on Saturday night in Charlottesville. Ooh. No thanks. Enjoy. Everybody else can enjoy it. Not this guy. I'll be like you. I'll get finished with the Radford game against Notre Dame, Maryland. Not Notre Dame nor Maryland, but Notre Dame / Maryland, who lost by 50 in their last game to Towson. No, I'm sorry. It was to Maryland, Baltimore County. Yeah. Oh, hell no, Stephen. Don't you dare bring that horrible emoji into this domain. Yeah, you're right, Hookie Rocks. I was on the road with Radford Hoops. I think that's when we were in Daytona Beach. That game was freezing in Blacksburg. That's right. I remember that. I was watching, but I was in a warm climate. Yeah, I do remember that. What's the spread now? Was it 8.5? Yeah. Started at a high of 11 to 8.5 now. So we'll see how it all plays out. Morris says, stop the complaining. It's 44 degrees here in Palm Coast. There are 14 dead iguanas on the 16th fairway. It's 22 here. Feels like 11. You know what the blustering high today is going to be here in the NRV? 32 degrees. You know, there are people that I know, I have friends that actually like winter. If you go see Mark Hunley, by the way, who's almost, no, I'm not making this up, over at McClellan Chiropractic, he is almost a professional level skier. Like, he's been skiing since he was itty bitty. So he loves winter. He loves snow. Go over there and give him a hard time about snow if you go see him. Tebow, my Birds are going down today against the Bears. I don't know, brother. We'll see. That's a big game for them. They need to kind of step it up. I think they will. Yeah, that's right. I'm glad you brought that up, Tebow. I forgot. 3 o'clock today. I think it's a Prime game. Amazon Prime. 3 o'clock. For the Bears and the Eagles, man, a classic old 50s and 60s NFL battle. Two of the early teams in the National Football League. Love it. Because I have idiots for friends. Well, there you go. Thank you, Okie Rocks. And I hope they're watching. I don't understand it, man. Look, we're all happier. Our bodies feel better. You don't have to run as much electricity. Everything's better when it's warm. The only thing I like frozen is a glass on the beach, Paul says. You mean like Morris is going to enjoy? Because he's at 44 now. Hey, Morris, what's your day today? What's it going to warm up to? At least almost 70, right? That's what I'm guessing. I'm going to say the Eagles take care of business today, Tebow. I think you're going to have a happy Black Friday. It'll be 4 NFL games. How about the Ravens last night? They turned it over 5 times. Joe Burrow comes back, and the Ravens just look terrible. Oof. Yikes. What's going on with that? several people ask. I was correct, right? I'm correct with the ACC. Yeah, text today at 10:30. It's ESPN2. Those of you who are asking me on the chat in the text line. VCU's 4-3. That's the third place game of the battle for Atlantis. And Virginia has Queens today at 4 o'clock. Duke does not play today. Someone asked about Duke. Duke took care of business last night against Arkansas. 80-71 in a battle of top 25 teams. Christopher says, no, sir, Bears win. That's because you're a Cowboys fan, right, Chris? Are you a Cowboys fan? Is that why you're countering that prediction? Probably so. Mike will be happy. He'll get an early out. It's true. Yeah, you can get the heck out of there. 65. There we go. He says that's it. Moving south again. 65. Yeah, Burnham's got to go straight. He's happy. And that was the other thing, too. I watched the end of the Colorado State game on Wednesday night, and Burnham would not have been able to stay. To call that game with Zach, if Colorado State had hit that 3 and beaten Tech, that would have sent them to a later Friday game, much later, and Mike couldn't have made it. He would have had to have left anyway to get back for the finale of the pre-James Franklin era. But I think you'll see announcements formally for the staff. I think this is protocol, respect for the season still going on. You're not going to start naming people. And I know one thing. Philip Montgomery will have him ready to play tomorrow, too. He understands what this game means. What a great way for him to go out. And I know we have a lot of UVA people. I'm not rooting against UVA at all. I'm just saying that would be cool. As much as he's put into this thing, that'd be nice. That'd be nice to see. I guess I am rooting against UVA. It just sounds like it, doesn't it? UVA's good. If we're going to get Coach Elmassisan to break it down, UVA's good. They're really good. Are they good enough to cast away the demons of their Virginia Tech curse or not? We'll see. This is a playoff game for them. This is a tournament game for them tomorrow night. It's not for Tech. It is for them. So let's see how they handle it. Georgia Tech did not handle it. We kind of had this same vibe about Georgia Tech, and we saw what happened against Pitt. I looked up, where was I last weekend? I guess I was calling basketball. Wherever I was last weekend. And first score I saw the Georgia Tech Pitt game was 28-0. I'm like, what? So we'll see. And if Tech jumps out on him and punches them in the mouth, I think they're going to run the football. Tech has done that very well. Morris is going to grab a vanilla latte, big splash of Angel's Envy bourbon, put on his ski suit, and walk on the beach. Yeah, you don't want to get too chilly. It's 65 there, Morris. How would we be feeling here if it got up to 65 today, man? Everybody be smiling. I'm with you 100%, Tebow. I think Tech's going to play well tomorrow. I really do. I think they're going to play well. Definitely, it feels like a fourth quarter game to me. It does. And I hope that's the case. I hope it's a very enjoyable rivalry game. You know, we haven't had those in a while. Been a while. I mean, not only has Tech dominated the series, they usually dominate these games And I'll be curious to see the crowd makeup. It's cold. We know Tech fan will show up. I'm not worried about Tech fan. Will they come in and overrun Scott Stadium like they usually do? Remember when JC beat them? I know you do. And the whole Tech fans were out there. They just stayed in their sections and celebrated while the team celebrated. I think fans were coming on the field. They took over Scott Stadium. They have for a long, long time. Does that end tomorrow night? I don't know the answer. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to Coach Elmo's breakdown of that game. He knows both of those teams extremely well. So it's going to be fun, man. You're going to get some insight. And he'll tell me if he thinks I'm crazy that I believe Tech can win. The ocean air cuts through you, man. A little empathy here would help. No, you're not getting any. And two reasons you're not getting any empathy, Morris. One, well, you're at the Palm Coast. Secondly, you just mentioned the phrase ocean air. The rest of us don't get that here. Okie rocks. Does champagne and cheese freeze at 20 degrees? I don't know. You went out, buddy? Is that what you're doing? You want to go out there? And you don't want to go out there. Just chill out. Creed is sitting there looking at me like, let me out. You already been out once. It's 20 degrees, but you didn't like it. Didn't work for you. Just chill. There's no critters running around at 20 degrees. Rodney says, if it was 65 here today, I wouldn't have to be wrapped up like a mummy covering football. Yeah, it's going to be brisk. It's going to be brisk. Yeah, but Tech's going to run the football. We'll run the football against UVA. I mean, let's review. They're coming off a very impressive win at Duke. All right, Virginia. That was a big win. Before that, Wake Forest shut them down and held them to 9 points. Went out to California, had a big win. Then survived about that much on a 2-point conversion and beat Carolina in overtime. Survived Washington State. Remember that. Won in overtime at Louisville. Won in double overtime against Florida State. I mean, all their games come right down to it. And to their credit, they've won the majority of it. They're 9-2. To their credit. Moore says, okay, second suggestion, just move to Flagler County. I'll show you around town. First drink Sunday. All right. Could do that. Yes. The Creed had himself a little bit of turkey meat. I mean, come on, you have to. It's Thanksgiving for him too. Paul says it'll be a balmy 70 degrees. That's where I keep my house too, Paul. Sitting on my couch 3 feet away from my bathroom, watching Tech win. Yeah, the day after Thanksgiving, it's important to have very close environmental and placement near the bathroom. But yeah, exactly. And I heard a lot of people are just saying, hey, UVA is going to win. Yeah, they haven't watched this rivalry. Of course, it hasn't been a rivalry. It's not a rivalry when you destroy the team year in, year out. Rodney, turn your heat up. Don't be so cheap, David says. Yeah. We got a lot of good football today. It almost seems like it's a foregone conclusion that Lane Kiffin's going to one place or the other, LSU or Florida. I don't know what Arkansas is going to do. I think Alex Golesh will take that job, but they didn't like the numbers that were being thrown at him, and he pulled back on that. That's why I don't You got to watch who's reporting what, man. There were people saying this was done and given the years of the deal and all that. So we'll see. We'll see. Tebow says UVA better get Tech this year. There's a new sheriff in town. Well, is there? We'll see. And this is their best shot at getting to win. It's big for Tony Elliott. I know that. Tony Elliott better win this game. I know they've had a good year, but if you lose to them again, we'll see. Hokey Rock says he lets the wife control the temperature because hot flashes scare him. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm very interested in the staff announcements next week for James Franklin. I think that's going to be very interesting to see who all comes. We know that a bunch of them are already here. I'm talking about his coordinators. How many folks off of the Tech staff will be retained? I do believe there'll be some. I mean, why not? There's some good coaches on that staff. There's some good dudes on that staff. Absolutely. Absolutely. He would if asked. Hokey Rocks. He would. I mean, I'd love to see. Now, I'm pretty close with JC. I'd love to see JC stay. I think Fontel Mines will stay. Just if you're asking me, and people have, I don't know the answer. I'm just telling you who I think would stay. I know Coach Elmassisan has his mind who should be the defensive coordinator. Well, I'll save that for him. But I think it's going to be a solid staff. Yeah, Brooks could stay after the way the offensive line has turned it around. But it all comes down to how many guys Franklin wants to bring with him, you know, his own comfort level with his own guys. I think if you're going to have three, that's a solid three right there, isn't it? If you keep JC and Fines and Brooke, you saved yourself a lot of trouble there. And you got, one of those guys that bleeds maroon and orange, JC Price, is that guy. And he's a really good line coach. I mean, he just adds so many intangibles to your staff, man. I hope he stays. I hope JC stays. Yeah. I think Jarrett Ferguson's done a nice job. The only thing that worries me about that, I won't say worries me, but coaches usually have their own strength coach. They usually have, that's a personal choice more times than not. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But he's done a nice job kind of transforming that team and holding, guys accountable in the weight room. Yeah, Coach Moore. What did we say? Did we have the wrong name? Yeah, you're right, Chris. That's who we mean. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. All the speculation should start winding down, and then you'll focus on more recruiting and what's going to happen. Yeah. Tebow had a grape pie, really. So give me the clue in Tebow. What is that? And I know obviously grapes. Were they the green grapes, the yellow grapes? Was it the traditional purple grapes? That's interesting. A grape pie. It's a northern thing. Oh, well, there you go. I had pumpkin pie. I loved it. We had gotten one from Crackle Barrel. It was delicious. Delicious. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share our content. Concord grapes. Okay. Nice. Nice. Very cool. Well, I think we pretty much determined on the Wednesday show, right? It's pie, so there's no really wrong answer. Just whatever your preference is. I mean, it's pie. The pecan pie won our BDST fan question of the week. Concord grapes best. Hokey Rocks had a peanut butter cheese ball. Really? Okay. All right. I mean, I'm not going to say no. Okay. I'm a plate traditionalist. I think we talked about it. People that are asking on the professional door text line. I want turkey. I want mashed potatoes. I want a little gravy. I don't like I don't want it to be just, submerged in it, but, I want macaroni. I want some of the dinner rolls. I don't need the new stuff. I want some of the traditional brown and serve rolls that you cook, and then you split them open, put the butter in it. Because it's everything Mom used to make, and I try to do that. And I'm a cranberry sauce out of the can guy. I know, make fun of me all you want. I'm an ocean spray guy. Don't get the knockoff store brand. No, don't do that. I like to open it. I like when it slides out of the can and hits the plate, and then you're slicing it. That's my Thanksgiving. That's my ideal Thanksgiving plate right there. I don't need any green bean, anything. Yeah, I don't want any of that. I'm looking forward to hearing what Ashley has to say about what he had for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I saw that. Mine was the only coach in that picture. Yeah, I did see that. That could be very telling. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's his staff. I mean, guys that I know we have affinity for. So, I mean, it's up to him who he wants. And that's the thing he's going to do what he wants to do when he's here. So that's why you bring in a new coach and a new mindset. That's the whole thing. But kudos, let's give some mega props to Damian Sordelette, because he said all 4 guys Tech's gotten commitments from, he mentioned on Wednesday. Because he was there after the game. Things we didn't see, right? When he was sitting there doing post-game interviews and so forth, he saw those 4 guys down on the field getting their pictures taken with Tech gear on. So it's not a surprise. Chris is saying that wasn't mine's. Was it not? Was it not him? Who was it then? I saw the picture. I thought it was mine's, but maybe it wasn't. We have a controversy of who showed up in the picture. Phil Elmassisan joins us here coming up. Main thing I'm thankful for is all of you, by the way. Reese's Cheese Ball. All right. All righty then. Whew. It's pretty good, man. Interesting. Cream cheese, creamy peanut butter. powdered sugar, brown sugar, and Reese's peanut butter chips. All righty. Boy, that looks terrible. Said no one ever. Yeah, hopefully that's the last time Arians does anything like that. Moore says, I basted a pork shoulder with mustard and spices, slow cooked 14 hours on Komodo Joe. Family over it. Loved it. Yeah, I bet so. Bet so. Good stuff. Mike Ashley coming up around 7:30, and then Jen with our final big weekend of college picks. She's winning this year. How about that? Joining us now on the program, I want to wish that gentleman a happy belated Thanksgiving. Coach, good morning. Phil Elmassisan on the program. How are you here on this Black Friday?
Doing great. How was the Thanksgiving, Rick? Did you have a good one?
I did. I had the early play, and then I had the later play. You know, you have to have something. You have to have two, right? It's the one.
I can only handle one. Did you have basketball? Did you do a game?
No, we play tomorrow. So we had some time. It's the first time I haven't been traveling for Thanksgiving in many years for basketball. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool.
I know when I used to, when they started playing, the seasons were when you only had the 11 game schedule back in the day. Like when I was at Wisconsin, our season was over before Thanksgiving. No conference championship game, and but then all of a sudden you had the 12th game, and next thing you know, you're playing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely hated.
Yeah.
When they added the 12th game, that was the. I always said, well, that's one more opportunity to get us fired.
That's true. Very, very true.
From 11 to 12. People saying, geez, all these upsets, how does a MAC team beat a Big Ten team? Well, because they're playing.
That's right.
They're playing more of them.
That's exactly right. It's exactly right.
On the money games. And yeah, I heard you early in the show, the UVA. I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
I really enjoy watching Virginia Tech basketball because I don't know anything about the sport. But I always like watching Duke when Krzyzewski because of their defense.
Sure.
I got to watch a Bobby Knight practice, and I always was enamored by how he coached defense because it had a lot of carryover to defensive back play. And I was watching Virginia Tech the other night, and I know the big Greek kid is special.
Yeah, the guard, the 6'9" guard. Yeah,
he's special. His body control. Athletically, he's a real good athlete. Who is number 13 for Virginia Tech?
That Lawal?
I don't know his name, and I'm not even asking.
Let me look here.
I don't know. Yeah, and I'm not really. The name is almost irrelevant. I always start looking at, okay, who would I recruit in the football team? that was one player I think I'd make a tight end out of.
Oh, Hansberry. Yeah, he's the kid from West Virginia.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, Amani Hansberry. Yeah, 6'8", 240. Yeah.
What's he? Yeah, I still got it, Rick. Yeah. I'm just watching on TV, and I'm going, oh, no.
You got it. Yeah.
This kid, he's not in the NBA. I'll put him in the NFL. Edge rusher, tight end.
You're watching basketball games. You're imagining football players. I'm not shocked.
Oh, I do. That's what I do. I love watching basketball because I like evaluating the athleticisms of it and of the game because they're good athletes.
That's funny. Yeah.
But I looked at that kid. I went, wow. He looks like he should be playing for Kansas. The old Kansas.
Yeah, he's got a good body. Yeah, he does.
Is he a good player?
Yeah, he's good. He was a big get. He was the one that got out of the portal from West Virginia. Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
He's good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The other thing I went, oh my God, for Coach Young, the portal in the NL, how to change a team in a year. In 1 year.
And it's the first year he's had any money. This is the first year he's ever had really kind of money that he needed to go out and fix it, and that's what he's done.
And and the same thing can be said about UVA. jumping into the UVA Tech game coming up, again, I'm going to repeat myself and sound like a broken record, but doing the radio with Greg for 9 years, and even the last, since Elliot's been there, I have never heard, or we've never had a conversation about the numbers of portal kids that they were able to have last year as opposed to 2 and 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah. Yeah.
You and I've talked about this, but that 30 to 34, and then now I'm learning like the center is a transfer, UVA center is a transfer for UAB, and he was one of the top portal offensive line kids in the country.
Right.
And he's their starting center. Most of their offensive line are portal kids, as is Virginia Tech's.
Right.
A couple of kids because they lost kids to the SEC. That's one thing I couldn't understand, Rick, last year. They lost one tackle to LSU and one other tackle to Auburn. And I'm looking at them go, well, there's a reason those two teams fired their coaches.
Well, there you go. And they lost their best quarterback.
I'm looking at Virginia Tech's offensive line 2 years ago or last year, and it was the disruption plays, the TFLs and the sacks were worse than they were this year. Worse. And I'm sitting there going, and they got 2 kids going in the SEC.
I know.
They're not blocking Wake Forest. They're blocking Georgia and Alabama. They got to go. I don't know if they're starting or not, but the
LSU kid is. Yeah, the kid at LSU is. Yeah, Moore is. And yeah.
Wow.
Sure is.
Wow. That's just crazy. But that's one thing UVA was able to do. They went in the portal, got a tight end, got an offensive line, got a good running back. He's I think he's very comparable to the kids at Virginia Tech running back wise. I think that's the one talent on both teams that I think you could swap them out, and I don't think either team would be disappointed. Now, after that, I think the edge goes to UVA in just about all the other positions when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and you were talking about that, Coach. If you went through and picked them, if you picked the positions and you would pick would be Virginia. But at the same time, here we are, rivalry weekend, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the rivalry stuff is great till the ball's kicked off.
These kids don't care now, do they? These kids now don't care.
It's not even a matter of caring. Having coached in this game, 4 at Virginia Tech and 4 at UVA. I'm 6-8, Rick. Lost the last. Lost the. You know what really pisses me off? To this day. This day, I was wanting to go undefeated in that rivalry, both games. The last game in both teams, lost both games. Lost the UVA game, lost the Tech game, and we got our butt kicked on both of them. But the only thing, coaching defense, there were like 5 or 6 turnovers by our offense in both games. I'm going to blame it on them.
Well, what's it going to take? Let's talk about from a Tech perspective. And I know you've been watching them run the football, Coach. They've turned it around. They ran against Miami like nobody else has. They've been consistent. They've been consistent. Yeah, they've been consistent the last 3 weeks or so. What do you see about the Tech running game and how that can help control a game like this that can give UVA problems?
It can keep their offense off the field. The running game, control the running game is all about your first down efficiencies and your the defense keeping it a 10-point swing game so you can do that. Like when you're down by 2 or 3 touchdowns, sometimes if you have a full half to play, you can sit there. If you're like 20, even 21, look at South Carolina and Texas A&M.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable. It's all about a mentality. When the 85 game at Virginia Tech was one I'll never forget. We were down 10-0 at the half. They had rushed the ball. UVA rushed the ball for 240 yards in the first half, and at Virginia Tech, we had 40 yards rushing. It was a total flop. We come out in that second half now because it's a 10-point swing. I've always said if you're no more, no less by 10 or no less than 10, a touchdown, a field goal, you still got a lot of hope in the game. And your offense no one has to change anything. It's
Right.
like 0-0. Okay, you treat it that way to a point. You don't panic. Well, Coach Dooley, in the start of the second half, ran the ball 12 consecutive times. 12 consecutive times without a pass. And we score. We go down and score. So it's 10-7. And the rest was history. It ended up scoring 22 second half points. We rushed for 250 plus yards in the second half and kept Virginia to 30 yards. It was really the tale of two halves. So, they had the better talent. They had Dombrowski, Makowski, Barry Word, Petty, John Ford. They had the some first rounders, some high draft choice kids, not free agents. They had high draft choice kids, pros, much better talent. And I've said before, we had nobody on that defense. Our defense drafted in the Army or the whole team that I can remember. And because we were, that was the year before they lost Bruce Smith, Ashley Lee, all those great players, Cyrus Lawrence, all these great players that they had in the program. But here's the thing with Virginia Tech. We'll look at it from this perspective. There's certain statistics in the game, and we're very careful of statistics coaching.
Oh yeah.
Because, a 6-foot man can drown in 3 feet of water. Okay. So you really got to be careful with stats because you can spew them and spin them any way you want to feel good about yourself. Okay. Or bad for that matter. There's certain statistics that are dear to me and most important of the ones that you truly will and can affect the outcome of a game. Okay. And there's a few of them. Number one is the obvious, because when you talk about goals on defense, your only goals statistically are ones that affect the outcome of the game. And the first one is points.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Okay. Minor detail, right, Rick?
Minor detail, that scoreboard thing, pesky scoreboard.
Hey, lose by 1, lose by 40, it's a loss.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. It's a loss. And you look at Virginia's offense and defense, their point productivity per game is below average. And when I look at stats too at this time of year, when I go to the ACC stats to look at these to see where the teams truly are, I go to conference only. I leave out the Woffords and the Coastals, all the cupcake games. I want to go conference play only because that gives you a really good bearing. You said it before. My favorite Parcells quote, at this time of year, you are what the record says you are.
That's it.
Okay?
That's it.
Virginia's won how many games, Rick?
9. Yep.
How many games has Virginia Tech won? 4, 3, 4, 3. You are what the record says you are.
3.
Okay, and here's where the stats take you in the record. Number one, Virginia's offense, they're 12th in conference play on offense. They're averaging 22 points a game. Okay, and in today's football, your goal on defense, it used to be the goal was 13 points a game. Those days are over.
Yeah.
17 really. Yeah. If you do 21 points a game on defense, you're actually had a good day. You're not the great category, but you're a good defense. You're good enough. 17 points is really good. 13. When you see these teams holding, they only average and the defense is holding them to 12 points a game. You know what's that a factor of? The offense is not turning the ball over. They're holding the ball. That stat, your defensive stat of like 13 in today's football, 10 points a game, that's a team thing because your offense helps that stat. So when you're looking at just a football team, NFL or pro, is 21 is where is a good day. If you do 21 in today's offense because of the rules, well, Virginia Tech's offense is at 22. Okay, UVA's offense is at 30. Even in that bad stretch of this is ACC stats only. So we're not talking about the blowouts at Coastal. And, this is ACC play. And at one time, UVA's offense was really struggling. They're still averaging 30 points a game in conference play. Okay? So there's a deficiency. If everything plays out, Virginia Tech, the game goes to Virginia from that perspective, points perspective. Okay, now defensively, all right, Virginia Tech is number 14 on defense in points per game, 31. They're giving up 31 points per game on defense in the ACC. Virginia is number 3. They're giving up 22 points a game, which is, they're good. They're not great.
All the metrics,
they're
and they're coming off that game.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, they're coming off that game at Duke where they were well over 500 yards, too. They threw it with Morris, and then they ran it for like 250. So they had both barrels loaded at Duke, and they controlled that football game easily. So
then the other thing I started looking at, because you start looking at the lines of scrimmages, and the thing I've always said after a game, I go right away. I go to the individual stats because I want to see TFLs. Tackles for losses, and then you put the sacks in there. Sacks are, as Coach Saban has said, the sacks is probably one of the most overrated parts of the game in football. It's not necessarily sacks, it's how you affect the quarterback. When a quarterback, Todd Grantham, we always had a thing, and I learned this from Todd, is if a quarterback, when he throws the ball, 1 out of every 6 passes, it's probably going to 1 out of 5 today because the way the passing game's going.
Right.
You want to disrupt the quarterback, make him move, affect his throwing motion, get him off balance on the throw. That's the quarterback hurries, I guess you would put it, really affect the passing game more than the sack. But the sack is a disruptive play. It puts you behind the sticks. It gets you to eventually maybe the 3rd and longs. From that standpoint on the early downs. Well, on the disruptive plays, Virginia's defense, which is their strength, they're number 2 in the conference on disruptive plays, total disruptive. They're number 2 in sacks. They do 33 disruptive plays a game in the conference. Excuse me, 33 total in conference play of playing behind the line of scrimmages on their defense. That's not so. Look at Virginia Tech's weakness is their offensive line. Virginia's strength is their disruptive plays. If that plays out, Virginia's winning the game. Now, you got to play the game. All of a sudden, the offensive line can go see the wizard, and next thing you know, they're playing lights out, and they keep the quarterback clean, no disruptive plays, and they're scoring more points in Virginia, and Virginia Tech wins the game. But as far as statistics that affect the outcomes of game, everything goes to Virginia's way. And broken up passes. You look at the Duke game and the broken up passes, they had 8 PBUs in that game. That's a lot. And I text Carone Cox, a DB coach, who I know very well. I work with him at Coastal. I kind of mentored him a little bit too, and he's always appreciative of the conversations we had.
Yeah.
And I texted him. I said, hey, that's the best on TV defensive back play I have seen all year in terms of your players breaking up passes on deep balls against Duke, against this $1 million quarterback, and not getting defensive pass interference.
Right.
I think they had 1. Phenomenal. I mean, 8 broken up passes with only 1. I think they really only had 1 DPI in the game. So that's another big strength for UVA, their secondary. They're very disruptive. It's a disruptive defense. 4 out of the last 5 games, their defense has been a determining factor of the outcome of games. A lot. They're playing such excellent defense. And then here's where the killer is for Virginia Tech. Okay, unless again they go see the wizard, and Coach Montgomery sprinkles this fairy dust on top of this team.
Right.
This is who they are. This is who they are. I'm not trying to say that Tech can't win the game. No way. No such thing as can't and never, Rick.
No, not in this. No. How big is this for Tony Elliott, by the way, Coach? They've had a great year. UVA fans clamoring to end this drought against Virginia Tech. How big of a game is tomorrow night for him?
This is the biggest game. Besides George Welsh on his third year going to the Peach Bowl, there were all, back in Virginia before George Welsh got there. Do you know how many nevers have been associated with that program? Never won a championship, never been to a bowl, never beat Clemson, and never had a winning season in the last 25 years before George Welsh got there. How about those nevers, Rick?
I know.
Never been to a bowl, not won a bowl or lost a bowl.
Never went to one.
Okay? Never beat Clemson, never won a championship, and never had a winning season in 25 years. That's a lot of nevers, Rick. George Welsh in 3 years turned, before George Welsh, all those things were done. A lot of never. And so, UVA, besides George Welsh going to the Peach Bowl and winning the Peach Bowl in 84, okay, and our number 90 team win number one in the country, and we lose to the eventual national championship, Georgia Tech. This is the biggest game in the history of the program.
Wow.
Because not only are they going, because of what the dynamics of college football has changed. Okay? You beat Virginia Tech, Rick. They are one game away from being in the national championship game. Hunt. The 12. Yeah. Because, right? Am I right or wrong?
Playoff. Yeah.
Goes automatic, right?
Yep.
They're automatic, correct? ACC champion, automatic.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm right on that, because they don't think Virginia's going to win. No one believes Virginia's going to beat Tech. They don't, because of the 19 out of the 20 wins. The committee doesn't. They're not even on the board at all.
Yeah.
They're not even on the board. Miami's the only ACC team on the board.
It's all about Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't think, who's going to win the championship game. They're not even figuring Pitt's going to win. Between Pitt and UVA, they don't even figure Miami is going to be the ACC team representative. They cannot keep the champion out, I don't think. Can they? Can they say, oh, by the way, Pitt win the ACC? No, we're not taking them. We're going to take Miami. They can't do that.
No, they can't do that. No.
Okay, because I'm going, geez, Pitt and Miami, they're off the charts for the committee. Not
right.
Even.
Yeah.
So when you ask me that question, they are 2 games away, Rick, from being in the. You talk about going from the outhouse. This is a team that won 3 games last year. So this is one. Not only is this the biggest game in the next 2 games in Virginia's history, it's probably the most transformative game. From 3 wins to 10 or 11, if they win the next 2 games, that's 11 wins. There's only been one 10-win season in the history of that program, and that was our 1989 team that won the ACC championship. So you talk about huge. It's ridiculously huge.
Right there in front of them. It's right there.
It's right there.
Yeah.
And I think he's done such a great job. And this is why I go back to the summer. The stability in that program, they've never flinched. They lose to NC State, they didn't flinch. They've never flinched this year. They have stayed the course. And I do think that is a confidence on the message that was sent. I'm not firing my coaches. And I think that message was sent to the players and the portal kids. I've had the same coaches. I can deliver. I've had the same coaches I've had for 4 years. We've got great coaches. We need better players. Come on and join us, and let's make history.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I can see that. And then I'm going to give you the money to do that too, by the way.
Yeah, and they finally got the money.
And how much do you need?
I know. Well, he and Pry, came in at the same time. They both were facing must-win years, and it was Tony Elliott who got
passing in the night, Rick. 2 shifts passing in the night. And why? What a Pry. He had firing his coaches before the season. A lot of disruption. He's had 3 offensive line coaches in 3 years. That affects recruiting.
Yeah.
not only the play on the field, it affects your evaluations because every coach they see things differently. Believe it or not, there's certain consistent, even in the game of basketball, evaluating talent. I know from a defensive back wise, I've had many a walk-on and freshman start from me. I saw it differently than a lot of defensive back coaches, and the one thing I've always said, experience, I'm going to take talent over experience any day because I'll get an experience.
Yeah, right. You'll get the experience. Exactly. Give me the talented kid. Right.
In the preseason, they'll have the experience because guess what? When they get to that game, they can't wait to get to the game because they've had way too much of me on that field.
You can't make them more talented, though, can you, Coach?
No, I cannot make them more talented. No, I can make them more experienced. The edge goes to Virginia. I mean, if Virginia loses this game, it's not because they coached poorly or prepared poorly. It's because Virginia Tech was able to overcome all their deficiencies in one game. And that can happen.
Sure.
All of a sudden, your third down efficiencies are off the charts, both offense and defense. Their points allowed during that game, they're holding them to field goals. They're converting their third downs, keeping them from third downs. They're not allowing sacks. They're not having stupid penalties that all of a sudden create the third and longs. And now that's Virginia Tech's weakness. Tyrone Jones and here's what Tyrone Jones can do. Run him till he drops, and he can throw the deep ball. He's a very deep ball accurate thrower. And if they take the running game away from him, not the running back, from him, and do a great job defending the deep ball, UVA, this would be really hard for me to explain even to myself as I watch this game. I don't see how UVA can lose this football game. I just don't.
Yeah, let's turn it over. Like you said, if something strange happens and it just starts snowballing, yeah. But
hey,
rivalry does something though.
That ball is in the shape
about rivalries.
Huh?
Are we going to talk less about rivalries going forward across the nation because of all the portal stuff? I mean, it'll be huge for fans. It'll be huge for alumni. I mean, Michigan, Ohio State, these games stand out, but is it still going to mean as much? Because the players are coming in there, they're like, No,
whatever. It does. It does. And even Todd alluded to it. The Egg Bowl, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, because it is, you're looking at, anytime you're looking at the University of, as opposed to the Tech, the state at the end of the university, it's an automatic rival. Back in the day, Virginia Tech, it was culture versus agriculture. That was the deal when I first got to Virginia. The first Virginia Tech game I coached in, that was the fans and how it was perceived. And guess what? Even we took that to heart at Virginia Tech. Believe me. We went up there with a chip on our shoulder, and we were to the point of Virginia Tech. We wanted to win the game, but we more physically wanted to beat their ass so bad. And that's a fact. You can call Billy Myers and talk to Todd and talk to all those kids that, from Pulaski that were on our football team at UVA, because I don't think Billy Myers was recruited by UVA. And that was another thing. We had a lot of kids, whether they wanted to go to UVA or not, they weren't recruited by UVA.
Right.
And so we went up there with a chip on their shoulder. You didn't want me? You didn't want me? Are you kidding me? And so the rivalry game, the Michigan-Ohio State, that game is rivalry. That's a hate job. Woody Hayes, when he recruited Michigan, he refused to buy gas in the state of Michigan. He was and he never called it by his name. It was the team up north. That tradition.
The team up north. I remember that. Yeah.
I don't care about portal or anything. It doesn't matter. When you look at the Auburn, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan.
Well, that one's different. Yeah, Auburn, yeah.
Now the problem with the Virginia Tech game the game has had nothing to do with conference. It's been a while since any conference implications have been tagged on this game. The winner of this game is going.
It has been a long, it's been a long.
Or the winner of this game is going to go to the. They're going to be one of the 12 now. Well, it is now for one team, and let me tell you, if you want to keep both great players in this state, and I believe this with my heart, and history will prove me out on this. If Virginia and Virginia Tech, if this game today was a game for the conference championship, going to the conference championship, okay, that's what players want. They want that excitement of that championship status and having that opportunity to play for the championship, whether it's the ACC or the national.
Right.
And,
right.
And when both teams, you look at their recruiting in both teams in the 2000s, when George was keeping the Tiki and Rondé Barber in state, okay, Michael Vick staying in state as examples. Today, those kids are out of here.
Yeah.
The last 3 or 4 years, Michael Vick's not playing in the state. Okay? The Barbers may not be playing in the state because both teams are so irrelevant in the championship national pictures.
Yeah.
Both teams over the last 5 years. So this is a wake-up call. Now, how good has Tony Elliott been recruiting in the state of Virginia? How good will he be? We'll find out.
We'll find out.
And now with Franklin coming in, you think that Virginia Tech's undefeated right now, playing for the conference championship.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see where they go. The next 2 years will be. I hope I'm alive. I'd like to see
what it looks like. Yeah,
see what it looks like.
Well, Coach, listen, man, thanks for jumping on Black Friday. Great insight. And I'm going to guess with your breakdown, you've got UVA winning this game tomorrow. So there you go, Tech fan.
All the statistics for me, every Sunday we go in and evaluate the wins and the losses, whether it was Coach Saban or George Welsh or Frank Beamer or all those head coaches I work for. These were the statistics these were the goals. If you achieved the third down percentage, the red zone wins, the points per game, the least amount of penalties, the disruptive plays, who had more, who had less, who had more explosive plays. When you start looking at this, the percentages of the win-losses went 80-20,
Right.
There was 80% chance of winning the game if you hit on these things. And so that's why from that coaching perspective, it'd be I'm throwing my money on Virginia. I'm not, whether I hope they win or not. Just that's what it says.
Sure. All right. Well, we'll break it down on Monday, Coach. See what happens on Monday.
Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for jumping on, man. Yeah, on Black Friday.
This is awesome. I love the show. You do great. And I tell you what, the athletic director at JMU, that guy's a rock star.
I know. He is.
Oh, no.
He's going to make some Power Four very happy. Yes,
I've been around a lot of ADs in my lifetime. I've dealt with a lot of athletic directors in my lifetime. I love listening to him. What a perspective.
I know. He knows he's losing his head coach. He knows Bob Chesney's gone, and he's already preparing for the future. And he's supporting him. It's a rare thing. Some Power Four is going to be very, very fortunate here in a year or two.
You know what?
And it won't be Virginia Tech, unfortunately.
Here's how I look at it, Rick. I'll let you go, but some head coach in this country going to be very, very fortunate to get that JMU job.
You better believe it.
Way more than Chesney's going to a Power 4 team who could get fired in 4 years.
That's right. He might want to come back.
Hey, the best job in the country is sometimes the one you left.
The one you left. Yep.
All right, buddy.
Enjoy the football today, Coach, this weekend. I know you will.
Oh, I will. I'm in my element, man.
I know you are. All right, brother. We'll talk to you Monday, Coach. Have a great weekend. Phil Elmassisan joining us on the program. That's good. So there you go, Tech fan. He broke it down for you. That's a lot of detail right there now. And so he's got the 80% edge going to the Who's tomorrow. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. That gives you some insight to the game that you normally don't get. We get insight to all sorts of things that we don't normally get from that gentleman. It's Mike Ashley, who's got the aura of the light of the angels behind him again. What's going on, brother? Good morning.
I'm trying to get my big bulbous head to block the light coming in there, but yeah.
What's your shirt say? Oh, it's a Cowboy shirt. Hey, congratulations on the win yesterday.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, congratulations.
My wife got me this a few years ago. I like it because it says established in 1960, which is true of me and the Cowboys.
Very true. Very, very
and
true.
yesterday I held my own expansion draft as I expanded my waistline. Thanks for setting me up for that one. Hey, great to see Coach Elmo. Elmo overlapped me my 2 years working at Virginia Tech. I remember him coming in there and just, I guess your listeners know he's a lot of fun to listen to. He really knows his stuff. Good. He's very enthusiastic. The voice, he's a little what we describe in the business as leather-lunged now.
He is, yeah. He always talks about all that screaming, yeah.
Right. All the screaming, but, enthusiastically as well as telling his guys to get the job done. And, those coaches were always some of my favorites to talk to because they couldn't hide their feelings. They have to tell you what they think, and they've always firmly believe in those things. So good for that. But I will disagree with him. But I didn't listen to the whole thing. I got the gist of what he was saying about the game, and I don't, I'm not predicting a Tech win, but I will say this is one of those games that it's definitely true. Throw the record books out the window when these two teams meet. We've all learned that over the years in this rivalry. Well, UVA harder than Tech. When they brought their best teams into this, Tech still seems to find some way to beat them. And it's a really big game. When you think about the emotions in the Virginia Tech locker room here coming down the stretch, this coaching staff, a lot of these players aren't going to be back. So this is a kind of a last hurrah, and that can go either way. If things go against them early and they get down, but I don't sense that these guys are like that. I think you're going to see a great effort from Virginia Tech, and the chance to wreck UVA's whole ACC title game hopes is probably pretty dang big incentive there.
I agree. I think it's, I know it kind of technically hasn't been a rivalry in the last 20 years when you lose 19 out of 20 to your alleged rival. But yeah, it just feels like it means so much for Tech to finish out strong with that win and what it would mean. And the pressure is definitely on, as Coach Elmo said. It's a biggest game maybe in the history of UVA football, a chance to play in the ACC title game, to be in the playoff. I mean, this is as big as it gets for Tony Elliott tomorrow, Mike.
Yeah, it is. But you're right. This is, I always like the saying, this is a rivalry like a hammer and a nail is a rivalry, right? Because it's not been good for UVA over the years, and I've seen them just get their hopes dashed every year. The fans get excited about it, so we'll see. To me, it's always been, having not attended either school other than I working at Tech for a few years. I always look at it like the federal government. I need checks and balances. I can't have my Tech people up here and my UVA people down here that are friends, right? And I can't have it the other way. Now, it worked out fine there for a while in basketball when UVA got, nationally prominent there, and Frank Beamer was doing what he was doing. But now it's, I just need it more balanced here. So, and go Radford women's flag football. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's happening.
You're gonna get to do color. You're gonna get to do radio football in college.
Yeah, we're gonna. I guess we will. We'll have some. It'll be interesting. I probably won't be around then.
How was your trip to Dallas?
Oh! Don't get me started.
Okay. I promised Denny Van Pelt I would ask.
Oops. But I'll tell you this: the broadcast we did was really good. People had no idea we weren't actually there. I got a lot of people saying, "Are you there?" I thought you.
Hey, I swore up and down you were there. How did you get the sound was so good from floor squeaking on the shoe? Did you make some freshmen go out there and run around the floor squeaking?
You call the network. In other words, we called the ACC network, and they provide the real-time raw feed, which is just aesthetic audio, and you're not under any kind of delay. So in other words, what you're watching, you're not watching the television broadcast, you're watching the real time. So you get everything there, and you get all the sounds sans the broadcast. And so therefore you plug it into your mechanism that you're broadcasting, and boom, You've got all the aesthetics, just like you're sitting there.
I commend you. Because I'm a guy who's listened and watched some games on TV, and you had me fooled, and so and all I could think about was Ronald Reagan talking about his days on broadcast when the game would come over the ticker type, and he would just read what happened. They put it in the cloud noise. You always think of somebody going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw that. It's weird. I saw that interview with him too back in the day. I imagine what that would be like. That'd be kind of fun to recreate. That's why radio is so cool. You can just create whatever you need. The illusion of it, right? It's just
it is, and the lineage of people that have done this on radio and to the varying degrees you're talking about is just absolutely incredible. Now, I was always pretty good at sounds, like when I was playing with my little soldiers and stuff. Like I can still do a good horse riding into town on the cowboy setting. How's that? So I can call the Kentucky Derby. I could do that, but I couldn't do any of the call of the Derby though.
You couldn't pull out the Dave Johnson and down this stretch they come. Yeah. Well, good stuff. You ready to get to open mic? I was excited. I know you're going to send it around Thanksgiving. I thought about what was your? Hey, hang on. I'm sorry. I remember a miss here. What was your food spread like yesterday? How was it? What do we look at? Or is this going to be part of the open mic?
No. I a shorter open mic this week because I should be off this week. But it's we spatchcocked it. Well, my wife spatchcocked a turkey. She's the MVP, leads the charge there. And spatchcocked turkey. My daughter Kate and son-in-law Aaron were in town, and they are quite the gourmands from New York. And so I had some stuff I'd never had before, like this really. This is a shocker. This really good broccoli salad I'd never had before. Then another salad with all the weird leaves in it, and it was good too. But it's hard to explain to them. They're like, you like the salad? Yeah, I like the salad. But you know what? It's never going to rank in the top 5.
No.
Coach's poll or Associated Press. You can't have anything above the turkey and cranberries and dressing and. And I tell you what, here was a big upset for me personally. The candied yams were so good. Oh,
really?
Even without marshmallows. Yes, I was shocked. I only put one on my plate to be polite, and I had to go back and get more. They were so good. Because rationing is very important. It's kind of like a draft. You go through the line the first time, and you load your plate. And you want a little bit of everything, and then you decide what you're going to hone in on. And mother-in-law's gravy was awesome, and the rolls were good. So I got no complaints. Everybody did me right, and I know I got to admit I don't do any cooking for the common good. But
for the common man, no cooking for me.
I am an MVP on the cleanup thing, and if I'm going to throw an obscure reference at you here. If anybody's ever seen the movie with Bill Murray, The Razor's Edge. And I was a big Bill Murray guy back in the day, and that was a movie he wanted to do. It's kind of a sad, epic story, but there's a scene in there where Bill Murray is in India, and he's on a sampan, and a person tells him the Zen-like feeling you get sometimes when you're cleaning dishes, and I've always gravitated to that. It's a feeling of Zen, And Bill Murray says, pass the soap, Bishop. So, anyway, obscure reference. Look it up, kids. You probably can only find it on VHS now.
Yeah,
so,
It's true. That's true. What's your pie choice? If you had one pie to eat on Thanksgiving, what is
pecan. It? Yes, I went with the pecan
yesterday. That's who won our thing. Yeah.
But the family's big on the pumpkin pie. Pumpkin has run its thing with me. I don't need pumpkin spice anything. And
I don't like that. But
I've never been. My pumpkin pie is going to probably have more Cool Whip on it than pumpkin. Now we got an extra benefit, value added here. The kids from New York brought down pies from a local bakery up there. So there's this delicious apple pie that you're holding me up from breakfast, having another slice.
Sorry, I apologize.
But and then I get the back to the pecan. I think for lunch today. Anyway, a lot of chance to sit down and reflect around Thanksgiving, and it is my favorite holiday. It's all the family and friends and trappings of Christmas without the gift buying pressure. At least that's always been for me. Now the pressure is always on everybody else to cook and make Mike happy. And then there's more pressure after that for the Cowboys to succeed. So again, what a great Thanksgiving. But anyway, let me I wrote a little ditty here.
About well, looking forward to, yeah.
Okay. Thoughts on what I'm thankful for. Family and friends at the meal that never ends. Gobblers that don't put up a fight, even though too much of a good thing is bad for my diet. I've been eating turkey sandwiches into the next millennium. That's okay because I don't turn down any of them. Candy yams, stuffing, and loads of other fixins, all the things my wife and family had been mixing. My favorite dessert is pecan pie. I eat so much, I think I'm going to die. I'm also thankful for a national holiday where pigskin rules with great rivalries and in-state duels. Personally, I've been thankful watching Skinny Luca's fancy passes, Alex Ovechkin goals, replay highlights, and sideline lasses. Finally, I'm glad this show is back, even though it's better when you don't have to see me. So this big palooka sending a letter home each week is still kind of dreamy. Bigger picture here, I'm thankful so many are healthy and happy. I hope we all pray for those who have things even a little bit more crappy. Team colors, attitudes, and affiliations aside, we're so much more alike than the ways we differ on this ride. So no matter who you root for when Hokies and Who's play, best of luck, go team, and this goober still says hey.
Well done. Well done.
That's probably not going to make my book of poetry, but, we're okay.
Oh, it was good. Well, I was a big Cowboys fan yesterday, too, so that was good.
I understand that, yeah. You got to remember, though, what goes through my mind every year. Every game is either the Leon Lett game from 1993 with the Dolphins. Remember when he touched the ball?
Yeah, he touched the ball.
A win went to a loss just like that. Or it's the magical 1974 Clint Longley game, when it went the other way, even without Roger. It was unbelievable.
Were both those touchdowns to Drew Pearson, was one to Golden Richards?
Billy Joe Dupree had the.
Was it Billy Joe? Okay.
On a seam, but we didn't call him that then. It was just a post route, but yeah, it was a seam route to Billy Joe Dupree, who always moved when he was running down the field like a 70-year-old man, which I know something about now.
Remember the Chargers traded for Clint Longley after that, and he kind of washed out pretty quickly?
Oh, no. That. The Cowboys shipped him out of town.
That's right. They trade.
The whole thing. You know the story about
it? Yeah, exactly. He was a troublemaker in that clubhouse.
Well, I know the specific incident, if anybody cares,
No, yeah.
Because I've gone in my lifetime from rooting for Landry to rooting for laundry. But, that's a whole nother thing. They were in drills in Thousand Oaks, California, and Clint Longley had the audacity to insult Drew Pearson about something, who was a work ethic guy, and Roger called Longley out on it, and
that's right.
They're in front of the team. Hey, you can't do that. You can't insult him, and so what Longley did, where he went from like iconic Cowboy hero, he waited until after practice. Roger was taking off his shoulder pads, and Longley went up then with his pads up and sucker punched Roger Staubach.
That's right.
How do you do that? And so, yes, he got shipped off where the Cowboys used to always ship these guys. Dwayne Thomas also went to San Diego after, his famous non-commenting to the poor Clint Longley, who, by the way, I heard was a used car salesman. Now, it's been years ago. Last time I heard that, back in Abilene, so. Yeah,
and you're not surprised.
No, but there for a brief time, Longley was a favorite. And I always loved Cowboys wearing number 19. I just think that's a cool looking number on their jersey. And I think of Lance Allworth back on the
Lance Allworth,
team, and then there's been a lot since then. Miles Austin, who had a huge day against Kansas City many years ago, back when he was a thing, and. Then they've had all sorts of other guys. Right now, the kid Flournoy, a wide receiver, is wearing it, and he is actually such an underrated receiver. And if he had any speed at all,
he's that possession guy you have to have.
yeah, but he can catch anything near him. He's got that what do they call that? A catch radius. That's incredible.
Yes, all over.
Yes, catch radius. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Well, we'll
By
let
the way,
you go.
here's the funniest thing I heard today. I heard that the plumbers actually call this day Brown Friday because of all the problems that people have with plumbing on this day every year.
Day, yeah.
So hey, let's be careful out there, okay? Great talk with everybody. Like I said, I really do mean that about getting the chance to talk to all my peeps, and I love hearing from you folks. My contact information is easily available, so give me a shout out if you get a chance, and I love hearing from everybody.
Well, great stuff. Go enjoy your breakfast pie. I'm sorry I held you up.
Breakfast pie. Doesn't that sound beautiful?
Oh, it's one of the best phrases I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. All right. Hey, everybody have a great football weekend.
All right. Hey to Goober.
Thanks.
Good stuff, as always, from Mike Ashley. Breakfast pie. He's going to have breakfast pie. Yeah, I was a big Cowboys fan yesterday. Oh, people on chat, this is the old nag. People are asking me what I'm wearing. This is the Broncos nag. I'm in the minority, but it's my favorite logo. This is from 1962 to 66. Then they went logoless, and then they came out in 68 with the D. The light's kind of screwing it up. See right there? That's the old nag that used to be on the side of the helmet. Yeah. There you go. I actually got this in Denver many years ago. So, yeah, when I was at a ball game. Matter of fact, it was 2015 when I went to the Packers-Broncos game. Yeah, sure did. The year they won the Super Bowl. I got to see them Super Bowl year. So there you go. Jen the Gamecock Girl will join us, and we will I think she's good. I mean, got to double check. I never heard from her. I know Thanksgiving is difficult for her too, for all of us that have lost our parents. Stuff. Yeah, it was good poetry, Jimmy. I'm with you. Mike's the best. Great writer, great dude. Just love Mike Ashley. For many, many different reasons. Good stuff. Yeah, Mike is the quintessential. Well, he's the quintessential encyclopedia for all things Radford athletics, and Cowboys history. He remembers it all. He's been there since the get-go. As he said, he was created just when the Cowboys were 1960. And yesterday, by the way, that was one of the throwbacks I like. That was like the 60s throwback the Cowboys wore, the white helmet and the navy blue. They actually wore that in the 60s. I like that one. That one's okay. I like that one. Richest franchise in the world, the Dallas Cowboys. You think about what Jerry Jones paid for it and what it's worth now. The star on the helmet, also the most recognizable sports symbol in the world. Think about that. And yet they haven't won a Super Bowl since 1994. And it just sounds weird to say that, doesn't it? And I know Jerry Jones has gotten in the way of a lot of that. But man, oh man, that's a lot. Hang on just a sec. I got a Creed. Let me get you out, bud. Come on. Be right back. Balboa. Come here. Come on. I know. I get it. Come on. All right, so I'm going to let him out in the cold. Letting him out in the cold, and then I'll have to get up, and I'll have to take care of it again here in about 3 seconds because he's going to want back in. Creed had to go out. Yep, pumpkin pie yesterday, Jimmy. Absolutely. Yeah. I think this is we'll have some more picks, but this is the last big weekend. You got a lot going on. Got the Egg Bowl tonight, Georgia Tech, Texas A&M, Texas, Arizona State, Ohio State, Michigan, Miami, Pitt. I mean, this is a massive weekend. LSU, Oklahoma, not as big because LSU's what they are. Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn. I went to the Iron Bowl back when I was in college one time with a good friend of mine whose family was Auburn grads. Woo! That's beyond rivalry. Kentucky, Louisville, Wake and Duke, Florida State, Florida, Carolina and Wolfpack, Clemson, South Carolina, and, of course, the Tech game. Man, there's a lot going on tomorrow. The traditional rivalry Saturday is back to a certain extent tomorrow. And today and tomorrow. I have to go in and work a little bit today. And then get ready for weekend basketball. Thanks to the Ready Set Fund, Bob Chris, ReadySetFund.com. Check them out if you're trying to raise money for whatever it might be. In this case, our example is a high school sports team. Floyd County girls needed money. They raised $4,000 in a heartbeat. Professional Door Incorporated up in Dublin, right across from New River Community College. Garage doors better than anybody. They've filled out their staff now. Thanks to you for responding to the call from Travis Williams. Great benefits, and they do a great job. Give them a call. They're the best. National Bank member FDIC, the exclusive banking partner, BDST, and my exclusive banking partner personally for 35 years. So there you go. Ryan Pry, the attorney, our BDST fan question of the week, 701 West Main Street in Radford, trusts and estate planning. Little River Heating and Air. Don't mess around this winter. Call Charles Lee, Little River. They're in the blue and black Benz driving around. 1095 Radford Street, 540-553-2971. Absolute best in the business. Pulaski County Sports Entertainment, the presenting sponsor of this program. I just saw that they were also now part of officially of the new NHRA drag series because of the opening of the track. Man, it's happening. Everything's coming to light. Congratulations to Jonathan and Tim. Best. And we're going to start having those folks on every week. Can't wait. Can't wait. It's exciting, man. Talk to people with vision, confidence. It's great. McClellan Chiropractic. Thanks to Mark Hundley. Go see him off of Peppers Ferry Road, sponsor of our chat room that just explodes each and every day here on the program. He's the best in the business. And we're going to go over there and get an on-site popping here. And Family Fencing, sponsor of our studios. Jason Green, 540-200-8294, FamilyFencingNRV.com. And remember, they will always take care of your yard in the wintertime. All right, let's see. Here comes Creed. I tried to tell him, right? It's cold. I'll be right back. He wants back in now. Although we'll say this, he did go out there and take care of his morning business and came back. So I'll give him credit for that. He wanted to be outside. Thanks to Brandon at Top Shelf Apparel. Go see him. Screen printing, embroidery, laser engraving. They're the ones that did the BDST shirts, by the way. And if you'd like a shirt, let me know. They're only $20. And if you want them shipped, $30. Regardless of how many, we'll ship them to you for $30. James Lawson, Mobile Home Supply, 540-381-8011, 300 North Franklin Street in Christiansburg in the NRA Super Bowl. They've been serving the community for over 25 years. They're going to have lots of great stuff in December. We're going to tell you a lot about coming up. Terry Lester and the crew there. And go buy your next vehicle at Harvey's GM in Radford. Thanks to everybody at the Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce as well. The Ohio State Buckeyes, Johnson Island says. Yes, sir. And I think you won't have to pick on Ryan Day for not beating Michigan tomorrow, I don't think. Easy for me, Chris. My favorite Rocky movie is the first one. The one that actually won the Academy Award. My favorite is the first one. Yeah, Creed had to go out and take care of business. Speaking of taking care of business, there she is. Happy Black Friday.
Same to you. Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Huh?
Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Yeah. How was it for you now? What all did you end up doing for Thanksgiving?
It's pretty chill. I met with some friends from work, and we went to see the new Wicked movie. And then we went
Sorry to hear that.
It was actually pretty good, I have to say.
Yeah.
It was. You might like it. I don't know. It got me in my feelings a little bit.
Well, it's kind of a movie that's directed more towards your species.
Maybe, but it's okay for you to have feelings too.
I'm not rounding up the dudes going, "Hey guys, man, we still gonna go see Wicked this weekend, right?"
Well, it's a good balance for a great football weekend. Do a little of that, then do a little football. So we did that, and then we went to a Korean barbecue place where they grill the meats at your table, and that was our Thanksgiving meal. It was great. What about you? What'd you do?
Yeah, it was good. My kids got to hang out with them. We ate at Janet's house with her kids, so it's not the same. You and I both are, without our parents. So Thanksgiving is the holidays in general are just all different. But that helped a little bit. That helped. That always helps. But yeah. So ate well, and that's the main thing.
Do the kids all get along well? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, okay. Everybody's good. Well, everybody's older, so nobody's hung up on anything.
Yeah,
and everybody's just older, doing their own thing now. I mean, of the whole group, my son Benjamin, he's the youngest one, and he's he's almost 19. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's at UVA Wise, yes.
He's at UVA Wise, and then he'll go to Charlottesville next year. He's got a ride to UVA next year. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. Congrats. That's a big deal having the mixed family Thanksgiving thing. So
yeah, it is. As long as there's plenty of food, everybody's happy. Your plate is just spilling over. Everything's forgotten during that time. So there we go. All right, you ready to go? How are we doing, by the way? We got how'd we do last week? I always I don't have any idea. I never have any idea. How'd we do?
We had 2 games different last week, and I think we each got one of those. Let's take a look. The official records. Okay. So I foolishly picked Florida in a spontaneous moment, as you know, and you had Tennessee. And then
spontaneous moment.
Bad call. And then let's see, Brigham Young and Cincinnati. You had Cincinnati. So we're still the same.
So we split
last week. So I'm still up 4 games on the season.
4 seems to get bigger every week.
It's 4, I promise. 4.
I'm up 22 games, so good luck this week.
I know you want to think that, but we can audit the book. This is the official.
We can audit the book, Lily. Okay, we'll do that. We'll send that to Ryan Pry, the attorney. Let him look that over. Make sure it's all up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready to get into this week's games? We got a lot going on. I sent, I think, 1 or 2 extra because there's just so many rivalry games.
Yeah, there are a lot of good games. Some of these you threw in, though, I was like, oh, gosh, I don't know.
Well, you think about it, they're all close and they're all important. We got 4 Friday games, 4 big Friday games today. Yeah. You ready?
It'll be a good weekend.
Yeah. We got Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Boy, there's so many stories around this one that doesn't even involve the Egg Bowl anymore. It's just about Lane Kiffin watch. The whole broadcast, I'm sure, will be centered on it. Both of the fan bases at LSU and Florida say he's a shoo-in to be named the head coach tomorrow. This is the most bizarre ending to a team that's likely going to be in the playoff that I've heard, right? I mean, apparently it's going to happen tomorrow, what everybody's saying online. I don't know, or at least some of the pundits on X anyway. How does it affect the game? I mean, Ole Miss is better than Mississippi State, but this is one of those rivalries that Coach Elmassisan was talking about that has a little different vibe to it, doesn't it, the Egg Bowl?
It does, and I was just listening to live sports talk here in Columbia, and they were comparing it to The Bachelor, where there's going to be a rose handed out at the end of the game, and someone stomping off, pouting and crying, and a lot of drama. So how will the drama affect it? We don't know. I still got to go Ole Miss, though.
They're better in every way, shape, and form, right? So you would think that they would win the game. I'm with you. I don't know how much the distractions are going to bother them or not, but a lot of these guys are making a lot of money too. The main players are making a lot of money. They probably look at this as just business now too, right? Nobody's going to get, hurt any longer over their coaches doing all this because, hey, we're just here. We're collecting checks. So.
Well, I want you to know too, I just read an article about Lane, and it said that he no longer eats red meat or drinks any alcohol at all. So that's why he's skinny lane, apparently.
All right, I'll commend him on the alcohol because I think he did kind of have an issue for a while. I'll commend anybody but the red meat thing. I mean, you've lost me. What's he doing? And now I immediately don't like him. I mean, what are we doing? It's not red meat's fault.
He's doing yoga and all that stuff, and apparently he's not officially back with his ex-wife. He's co-parenting in a more positive way with her, according to the article.
Oh, he's got to get in shape for those Gainesville and or Baton Rouge co-eds.
So that's the latest on Skinny Lane. And I guess we'll probably learn a lot more when
Makes
the
me
game
want to change my pick tonight. Makes me want to change my pick now. I mean,
the no red meat. That was it. You're out.
God. Georgia Tech, Ramblin' Wreck, Haynes King. They blew it last week. There's no other way to say it. They had it right there for them to play themselves into a chance for the playoff, and they were down 28-0 just like that to Pitt. Georgia's going to bring the hammer, aren't they?
Too much talent, too much for Georgia Tech. I think the line is 13.5 or 14.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, 13.5. Yeah, I'm with you. Texas A&M, Texas. Here we go. You saw A&M up close and personal. They had to make a rally against your boys.
It still
Texas
hurts.
is just kind of sitting there, yeah.
That still hurts. So it's hard.
I know. I get it. Hey, but you can always. Sorry, that's my impersonation.
That was. I know exactly what you're doing. So, shush.
A&M's got some pressure on them. Texas, what do you think here?
Well, one thing that concerned me about Texas is I think they allowed over 500 yards of offense when they played Arkansas. I just don't think they're going to have enough to hold A&M. And A&M just seems so well coached. I've got to go A&M, but we know this is one of those weird ones that could.
It is.
I think the line on this is tight too. Have you looked it up?
It's very tight. It's two right now. When it's 2, that means Vegas doesn't really know who's going to win. Let's just say it that way.
Do you know who's going to win?
I know. No, I don't know. I'm going to go for the upset. I'm going to go Texas at home.
Okay. All right. I don't blame you for that one.
Nah, I don't know. Arizona at Arizona State out in the desert. You love former Pac-12 Big Ten matchups.
This is one of the ones I was like, gosh, I don't know. I'm going to take Arizona State at home. They have a great running game. They look good. Arizona's won the last 4, though, I think.
Yeah, I'm going Arizona.
Meaning they won their last 4 games, not the last 4 in the lineup. Oh, you're going to take Arizona. Okay.
I'm going Arizona. I'm going Wildcat over Sun Devil.
Okay.
They've both burned me all year, so let's go with Arizona. This is one of those games Coach Elmo was talking about. One has State at the end of it, so it's a lot bigger. So it's got that vibe to it. So, all right, Ohio State and Michigan. We all know who the better team is, but this has been one that Ryan Day's had trouble winning. Let's just say it the way it is. It's the only thing that's made him from being the next greatest coach in college football, at least in the minds of Columbus fans. What do you think?
Well, number
Ohio
one,
State,
he needs to
Michigan.
Stop with the dark hair dye. Stop it.
Do you think he's dying? Do you think he's dying his hair? I don't know anything about it.
I know he's doing it. It looks awful. It looks terrible.
Okay.
Like all of us as we're aging, you just can't be.
Dudes should never do that.
It does not look good. And plus, men look handsome with some gray. Stop it.
Right. But I don't want to see women with gray hair when they could fix it. I don't want to see them succumb.
Okay.
Right.
That's fair.
I don't want that. That's not a good look. Oh, I'm just aging. No, you're 48. Do something with your hair. Don't let it be gray. It's not ever a good look.
I mean, I think I'm going to be blonde forever. So
we don't have to worry about that with you.
No, no. Okay.
Now, we take Ohio State, right?
Yeah, I got it. Even with the hair dye. Yeah. I'm going to try it.
for him, even though he's come off a national championship and the number one in the country, this has to be for him. He has to get kind of a little ball nervousness, right? The little nauseated feel, knowing he's going to be going out there to the big house and taking on that team he's had trouble with. What's his record? It's like 1 in something against the Big Ten against Michigan?
Good question. I don't know the answer to that.
It's not good. Let me see here.
Can you imagine the donors though? Because they're so feisty. Like the big money people are probably like really still very angry, even though they won the national championship.
1 in 4.
Yeah, there's huge pressure on him to deal with that.
1 in 4. Wow. Michigan won. He's crushed him in 21. They crushed him. 22. They crushed him. Won a close one in 23. Woo. Big game for him, man. What do you think? You got Ohio State.
Yeah. Hair dye for the win.
Okay. Hair dye for the dub.
And he does that. Doesn't he have a little beard thing? Yes. Yeah. Ugh.
No.
Mm-mm.
Miami and Pitt. Loser is out. Winner. Pitt still needs a little help, but a chance for them to get back-to-back massive wins when they're underdogs. What do you think? Canes and Carson Beck, Panthers at home.
No, I would have picked Canes more enthusiastically, but then I saw that it's going to be like 32 degrees up there.
It's cold.
And so I'm still going to go with them. I just don't know if they can cover, though. I think the line's 6.5.
I'm going. I am going Pitt at home.
Okay. Noted. Recorded in the official record.
Yeah, the official record. We'll see what our attorney says about that. Battle of the Great Northwest, now a Big Ten battle, which sounds stupid, but it is. Oregon and Washington getting it all.
Oh gosh, I think Washington's 8-3, so they're not bad, but I've got to go Oregon. You know,
I just
don't think.
I'm going Oregon. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm tempted there, but I'm going to go with Oregon. That's such a massive rival. We don't understand it here, but that is such a massive rivalry up there. LSU, Oklahoma. LSU hoping to have a new football coach on Saturday. Named Kiffin. We'll see.
I think Oklahoma until things get settled in LSU land.
Yeah, Oklahoma's having a very good season. Very good season. Give them some credit, man. That they needed it, and they're having it this year. They've had some nice ranked wins. They're consistent. They play good defense. They run the ball. They could be sneaky. If they sneak in the playoff, Oklahoma could be damaging to the playoff. They're that kind of team. Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Rocky Top.
I'm waiting to see what you're going to do because I'm very curious about this.
You know who I'm going with. Come on. I'm not going to let my guy in his last rivalry game against Tennessee go unpicked. I mean, it's Diego Pavia and those golden hats for me. I guess they'll wear gold. Who the hell knows nowadays? They might wear white. They could wear black. But Vandy in Knoxville.
Okay. Do you think big or what do you think?
No, not big. It should be a really good football game. But I'm going Diego Pavia with the dub.
Okay.
For the win.
I've got Tennessee. But imagine if Vandy does win, how's Pavia looking for the Heisman? What's your thinking?
He won't win it. It's going to go to one of the two Big Ten guys.
Okay.
And the Heisman's such a stupid award now. It's just all quarterbacks. It's either going to be a quarterback or a running back. No other position matters. Silly. But it'll be Mendoza or the kid from Ohio State.
Okay.
That's who's going to win. That award, whatever. They need to change it. They need to change the whole thing of it. Quarterbacks have their award. Huh?
Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
no,
I just wanted to remind you that I had that dream that I won the first Heisman given to a college football fan, and I still remember it very vividly. And it was
no, I don't remember that. Tell me about that.
Super exciting. I remember the way it felt. It was heavy, and I was holding it up. And
you won it for the best fan, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This has probably been maybe 15 years ago now. that I dreamed it, but it still feels very realistic. And
were you up in New York? Did you do the whole ceremony? Really?
Yeah, I remember going on the stage and receiving it and doing the handshake and holding it up and the flashes. And
were you sitting there with other fans? Like when they said, and now the winner of this year's fan award Heisman Trophy.
I don't remember that part. I don't know. It was more just backstage, entering, receiving it.
Did you do a saxophone solo on the stage to celebrate? That would have been cool.
That would be cool. I should have played Happy Birthday for you on the sax. Now I'm thinking about that. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Rally. Next year. We got it next year.
If we're all still doing this and around, yeah, next year.
Okay.
All right. The most bitter rivalry game I've ever been to, the Iron Bowl. I got to go to one when I was in college, and I'm telling you, it's just different. Everybody thinks they have a rivalry game. Nothing holds a candle to Auburn and Alabama. It is just legitimate hatred, legitimate disowning of family members, legitimate wills changing because one kid grew up as an Alabama fan and then they went to Auburn, vice versa. It's crazy. It's crazy. All that being said, there's a lot of speculation about Alabama's head coach that he has not dismissed, which is kind of weird to me. Kalen DeBoer has made no statement about the Penn State job. Alabama's a better team. Auburn has no idea who its coach is going to be. I think it's going to be John Sumrall. I think that's going to be their coach. But I got to go with Bama, but I don't feel good about it at all. I really don't. I mean, I really don't. I think this could be an upset. This really could. This could happen.
Yeah, I did a little research on Auburn, and they're 1-6 in the SEC, but 5 of those were by one score. 2 were in overtime, and the only loss they had that was in double digits was 20-10 against Georgia. So, I don't know. I'm still going to go Alabama, but I'm with you. Don't have a lot of confidence in that.
Can you imagine if DeBoer leaves? Now, if they lose, now if Auburn beats them, Alabama fan will say, don't let the door hit you on the way out. So I think that's why he hasn't said anything. He knows how this game turns out is going to dictate his mindset about the Penn State job. My opinion, but we'll see. Kentucky and Louisville. Boy, you talk about a team in free-for-all. Louisville. What in the world has happened there? I think your former boyfriend is going to go in there and beat him. I think Kentucky's going to win the game.
I don't know. Kentucky. I don't know.
I know, but Louisville, do we trust Louisville in any way, shape, or form?
Both of them are so inconsistent. I mean, in the lineup in the recent history, Kentucky's won more, correct? Like
and they're playing for a bowl. They're playing for a bowl in this game.
Yeah, I had Kentucky also. Part of it was I think it's a noon kick, and you know how I feel about that. So, but I just have zero confidence in it.
So you got Louisville?
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I have Kentucky.
Yeah,
but I have zero confidence in it. But I thought about, like, initially I was like, maybe Louisville because I feel like they're better coached. And I think Stoops is over it, but
he never got over your breakup.
He's never got over real good.
No, he never got over it. I mean, who would? Who would be able to get over losing?
I don't know. Ask the 20 ex-boyfriends I've got. See how they're doing. They seem to be okay.
Were they boyfriends or were they just dudes? See, you didn't.
A few of them were boyfriends. I would say, yeah. If you're hanging around with somebody more than a year or so, it's a boyfriend.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, the guy who wore orange, I could have told you that wasn't going to work out. But anyway,
you knew.
I tried to tell you.
You did. You were never a fan of that guy, and
no.
Yeah, he's since remarried, so somebody else likes it. So,
and you seem so upset by it.
Yeah, I'm not at all.
No.
Moving on.
No. You showed me a picture of you two once. I'm like, no, that's not it. And you got mad at me at the time. I said, no. And then, just saying. Wake Forest and Duke in the ACC. Duke. Wake's had a great year. You talk about finding coaches, man. Coach Dickert he gets this guy, pluck him away from Washington State. Nobody knows who he is, and they fill him in there for Dave Clawson, who filled in for Jim Grobe. People can follow. I think Wake's going to win. They're so well coached.
I got Wake. Personally, I like Wake also. Part of it is personal and sentimental because Robbie Ashford was our quarterback at South Carolina and transferred, and I want to see him succeed. So I'm buying into Wake. Part of it is personal and not really being unbiased, I guess. But let's go Wake.
Go Wake. All right. It should be a good game. Duke's coming off a big win against Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State and Florida. Could Mike Norvell look any less enthused about getting an extra year next year? I mean, every time I see him, he's just, yeah, I guess we're going to do this again, aren't we? Before my inevitable dismissal, let's do this one more time. Yay.
He's kind of a low energy coach anyway. I don't know. I don't think he'd rub me up to play for him, but.
Gators. I don't know.
I have Gators too. I don't think Florida State's won an away game this whole year, have they?
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, it's hard to think about picking them with that situation.
I know. UNC and North Carolina State. Bill Belichick coming off a very undisciplined. They had 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties the last 5 minutes of the Duke game. And he's sitting there just looking like he has no idea what's going on. Who you got in this one? Do you like Dave Dorn or do you like Bill Belichick?
You know I don't like Bill.
I know this.
But I do have NC State. But I, again, in my research, learned a little something of interest. So the Wolfpack is 0-3 when they have multiple turnovers. And UNC is 3-0 when they force multiple turnovers. So as long as NC State can avoid that, I think they'll win.
I'm going NC State at home. Yeah.
Will Bill be there next year?
He will be, and I think Dorn saved his job too. I think for a while there they weren't sure about Dave, but I think he's going to stay there. All right. Now we get down to the crux of it because of all the rival games. I guess that don't involve SEC teams. This is the one y'all get all sideways about. I know. Clemson bringing their orange in. I didn't wear this, by the way, to tease you. This is an old Broncos hat.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think. I'm sorry.
I did immediately look at that. Excuse me. And I was like, wait, what is that? So it did get my attention.
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay. Thank you for not.
So what do you think? I think your favorite, correct? Did I not see that? Did I read it wrong? Aren't you favored?
Yeah, but 2.5. So it's not really.
It's up to 3.5 right now.
Oh.
You get 3 points for being at home. So basically this is a pick 'em. Now he knows he's back next year, so he's not coaching for his job. Talking about Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all didn't want to get involved in this coaching. I don't blame you. Wait a year, see what happens. Clemson is incorporated a new quarterback, and they've kind of turned things around here late. Too little, too late, other than trying to play for pride. And this game takes on more meaning when you have 2 teams that are just kind of playing. This is a huge game to them. What do you think? I know you're going to go with it because you're at home and you can't help it.
Well, that's accurate. I have to think South Carolina can do it. Now, that said, the last wins that we've had have been away up there, which is weird to think about. So,
yeah.
And it is a noon kick. But I'm still going to take the Gamecocks.
How does the tailgate change for you on Clemson weekend at home? Ooh, I bet you that's got to be. I mean, you got to go out with an absolute bang, don't you?
Yeah, I am stepping it up a little bit, but it's hard with the noon thing. I think I've told you before, I don't love breakfast food tailgate. It's not my favorite thing. If it were nighttime, I could do a lot better with it. Doing some cocktail shrimp, breakfast casserole type stuff, a few biscuits, some sliders, probably Bloody Mary bar. Still bourbon.
I like the way things keep getting added. Probably this. Oh, definitely that.
I gotta
I don't like to have. I don't like for it to be too heavy at lunch. I don't like it to be too heavy at the lunch games.
No, I didn't say too heavy. I said breakfast food. I just don't like the breakfast tea.
Prometheus says steak at 8 a.m. sounds good for me. Yeah, I don't see why you just don't have the whole meat grill out there. Just let it happen. Let it ride.
I have a professional cotton candy machine also. So maybe when we win, I'll put it that way. Then I can make some cotton candy for my guests after the game.
By the way, if I'm like one of these presidents or ADs at Florida or LSU, I immediately take Lane out of my whole candidacy after the whole red meat thing. Can you imagine going to Baton Rouge or Gainesville, Florida, and saying you're not eating red meat?
But at least he won't do the fake accent.
Well, we don't know that yet. If he's giving up red meat, he's capable of anything. I don't trust anybody.
He's talking about how good his health is, so it seems to be working.
All right. I'm going Clemson. Sorry.
Noted.
Sorry.
Are we breaking out now?
No,
or
I trust.
You come down and get your stuff now, or
I trust Dabo in a big game more than I do Shane right now. That's all. Boy, I'm sorry. That's going to cause a rift now. Clean break. Prometheus says a clean break. I mean, I wore the orange hat, and now I'm picking Clemson. Wow.
Yuck. Boo.
Virginia Tech at Virginia.
I don't know if I can finish the show. Oh, gosh.
I'm not saying I want them to win. It's not like, I mean, if you win, now you'll have even more things to give me a hard time about if they win. But the big reason is that gives us like 5 or 6 that are different, right? If I'm 4 behind, like she alleges, then I have to kind of take my shots here in games that I think might actually go my way, right? Because we've got Arizona differently. We've got Miami Pitt different. Vanderbilt, Tennessee. Did you take Kentucky or Louisville?
Kentucky.
She's barely able to finish the show. Did you take Wake? You took Wake.
I did.
Did you take Florida or Florida State?
I've got Florida.
So how many games do we have different?
You're trying to win this thing. Obviously, the South Carolina game, we know how that went in your mind. Arizona State, Miami Pitt.
There's 3. Vanderbilt, Tennessee.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't properly record that. It's now been noted. Sorry. I'm glad we audited.
Because you had Tennessee.
Yeah. And then I think everything else. Wait, did you pick North Carolina? No, you've got NC State.
No, I went with State. State.
All right.
And now South Carolina, Clemson. So that's 4 or 5? 4?
I think 4.
4. Okay. No, I went Texas. Did you go Texas? That's the other one.
Oh, yes, I have it. It's noted. Yes.
So there's 5. We've got 5 different, right?
Okay. So
all right. Who you got? Tech, UVA. UVA playing for the ACC championship game.
I just think sometimes this game gets real quirky and crazy, and I want to pick the Hokies for it, but I'm not quite ready to. Where are you on it?
I was all ready to pull the trigger on Tech until I heard Coach Elmassisan give me all the reasons why UVA is going to win. But I don't care. I'm still going for Virginia Tech to pull off. They've dominated this series. What the hell? Let's go Hokies showing up and spoiling the party in Charlottesville tomorrow. They've done it before.
That'd be a fun way to end the season for them. So.
Give Phil Montgomery his flowers. They'll carry him off on his shoulders. Let's go Tech tomorrow night. Why not?
Well, I've got to go Tech too. I can't, I'm a homer. I've just got to check. I'm hoping that
Are you going Tech?
I am.
Really? Thought you
Should
were
I
going to
not?
UVA. Well, I don't know. They're 8.5-point favorites. Coach Elmassisan just gave them an 80% chance to win. He went through all the breakdown. I mean, plus it gives us another game different there. It's up to you.
One thing that concerns me about them is how they play in this current season when the pressure's really on. I don't know. What time's the game? 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the pick. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. If we're giving them that kind of love, then that should happen. Tech should be able to follow through.
Got to have faith sometimes. I mean, that's how I feel about the South Carolina game. And I know you don't feel the same, but and don't care about our relationship at all. And that, that's fine. It's disposable to you now that you're engaged with somebody else. But
no, it's just, it was just one that I'll look at. I mean, I don't necessarily think they're going to win. I just picked them to win. Well, no, I think they could win. They've been playing well.
Okay, so if anyone out there wants to audition for the new role of my NRV boyfriend who would pick South Carolina to win, I'm accepting applications. So let me know.
Hey, we got one more to pick. That's a good point. Good point Richard just brought up.
What's Richard got?
Sunday night, beloved Broncos against your beloved, what should be still Washington Redskins.
They are so injured. I don't know. I don't feel good about Washington right now.
Broncos usually don't win games like that, though. They did at Philly this year, but when they travel across the country, they're not very good on the road. So,
are we going to count this towards our season, or is this just for kicks?
No, it's just for kicks.
Okay. Well, I mean, I got to have faith. Let's go Washington.
Yeah, that's the way I am, right? You got to pull for your team. We'll see. I do not trust the Broncos, though.
So who are you picking?
Well, I got to be with my guys.
Okay.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised to see if Washington won. Broncos are the most unimpressive 9-win football team I've seen in a long time, at least offensively, and their defense is really good, but their offense is not very good. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, at least you don't have everybody out on injury alert. Everybody's gone. So.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Mariota, right? I think it's going to be Mariota for you guys. But he's okay. He's done okay.
Yeah, he's been better than I thought he would be.
All right. Well, great stuff. I wish I could be there at the tailgate tomorrow wearing all my Clemson orange.
Really? Do you? Do you want to come support me?
Yeah, I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to now. That's going to be one of those games that every time South Carolina scores, I'm going to get a text, aren't I? I'm going to get some kind of see what happens when you go against the mojo.
Well, I might be experiencing the last game and the Champions Club because we're changing all the suites and the configuration of the high dollar people here. And
you have to move?
Of course, let me clarify that I did not make the donation to get access to that suite. One of my neighbors did and invited me. But I think all those people who were in there, which that crowd includes Darius Rucker, all of them have to get their own suites now, I think. So that'll be the last experience there for me.
Well, where are you going to move?
I think my neighbor who gave me the ticket is moving and getting one of the new suites that are being constructed as soon as the season ends.
Is she going to take his place?
Am I going to go over there to his new suite?
Yeah.
If he invites me.
No, I mean, are you going to move to his old place where you are now?
No, I mean, I don't know. Like, I just have to wait each week if he has room for me. I'm not high on his invite list, but I'm on the list, so I'm happy about that. So
you're getting kicked out of your pad?
Well, it's called the Champions Club. It's where all the top dollar donors go. And right now they do like a joint food service and drinks and all that up there. But because now they're building all these extra suites, they want all the same people to sign a contract for a higher level of giving to acquire a suite. So the Champions Club, I don't think will exist anymore. I think it's done.
So you're not being moved out of your own place, right? That you live
No, I this is not me paying that money to get access. This is me having good friends who are very sweet to me.
I got you.
It's not my access. So I'm not being, me personally, I'm not being kicked out of anything. I usually sit with the band when I don't have VIP friends.
Oh, okay. I got a little worried there. I thought they were going to come to your home where you live and go, oh, by the way, rich people are going to move in now. Sorry.
No. I mean, I could sell my unit and make a whole lot of money right now, but no, I'm not going to. I love it here.
All right.
Just clarifying, you're talking about stadium suites, not my home, not this.
Sure. Well, have a great weekend. Have fun tomorrow. And I know you will. And hopefully you'll forgive me sooner than later. It's not the first time you give me that look.
Bad times, but I do still love you, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, she loved me. She still does. The relationship is so great. It's been through so much. There's a bond there that can't be broken by me merely thinking Clemson's going to come down there and pound some South Carolina feathers, right?
If I still love Washington and the Gamecocks after everything I've been through, I guess I can love you too.
Thank you. If you survived, who was the bozo that was your coach before Shane? If you survived that guy.
Muschamp.
If you survive that, then you can survive me making one pick. Just one pick. That's all it is.
It'll take time, but we'll talk.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Like I'm going to be on the I'm going to be put on just the strict just friends list forever now. Have fun in this weekend, darling.
Thank you, and go Cox.
Hey, there you go. See, I'm not going to say the other thing. I'm not going to.
Don't.
No,
do
I'm
not.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Be good. Have a good weekend. Got it. Bye. Jen the Gamecock Girl. She won't stay mad at me too long, especially if South Carolina wins. She'll forget all about it. All right, good stuff today. Thanks to everybody in chat. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to Phil Elmassisan. Thanks to Mike Ashley. And thanks to Jen the Gamecock Girl. Everybody enjoy your football today and then tomorrow, right? We got football week. Let's go see how Virginia Tech finishes out the season. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please, if you haven't, subscribe, like, and share our channel. Remember, if you're a subscriber, it's free to tell somebody else to do it. Remind them it's free. If you want a T-shirt, hit me up. $20 locally, $30 if they're shipped. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the game. That's right. We're going with the Hokies tomorrow night. See how they finish it up for Coach Montgomery. So long, everybody. We'll talk to you on the Monday edition.